Your ability to manifest, to co-create, to really experience the life that you feel on a soul, on a cellular level to experience in this lifetime is going to become so easy and so simple with this technique that I'm about to share. And really collectively, we are going through a massive shift, a massive up-leveling. And with that, our knowledge around what it actually takes to manifest something is also changing and expanding and evolving. And we realize it simultaneously is like easier than we realized. And at the same time, it's kind of letting go of these preconceived ideas around affirmations and mantras and all of these, other practices that you might be doing, visualizations that maybe you feel like you've been doing them and you feel like you're doing everything right, but nothing really feels like it's shifting. And what if there was one simple thing you could do to really get into the frequency, right? Into the vibration of the person that you really need to be to receive in, to call in, to allow in whatever it is you want to experience in your lifetime. And there is this shift happening because it's no longer good enough for humanity. Like when we look at the collective and we look at the evolution of all of us as humans, it's not enough anymore to just start calling in these superficial things that many of us think that we want. We are really being nudged and guided into something so much more, something so much bigger, something so much deeper at a soul level, because you are capable of so much more. What your soul came here to experience is something so much greater and more purposeful and more fulfilling than, again, these kind of surface level manifestations that you've been playing around with. And most of the time, your manifestations aren't coming in because, again, you are being like initiated into something more. Life is demanding you to go deeper, go within and see, no, this is what I actually am craving. This is what I actually want to create. This is what I actually want to experience. And that doesn't happen on kind of a surface level visualization, mantras, affirmations, gratitude practice thing. Okay. And again, if that's where you are, right, there's no judgment. We're all here with our own desires that are meant to be here at this specific time. But if you are seeing this, take it as a sign. Trust that you are being asked for something so much bigger. You are being asked to show up in a way that leads humanity, in a way that helps heal humanity, in a way that helps show the collective what is actually possible. And the only way we get there is by individually, each and every one of us doing our work to be in resonance, right? To change our frequency, to know and to trust and understand the power that each of us are connected to, that we hold, that we are capable of. And from that place of connection, from that place of knowing that my energy leads, it's not that I have to convince, it's not that I have to force, it's not that I have to push other people to see something my way. None of those things matter. It is simply, again, the frequency that you can be in. And that frequency only comes from connection and trust. And the more you can stay in that, the more present you can stay, the more intentional you can stay, the more grounded you can stay in that energy, everything starts to shift, and you will literally see your physical reality bending and moving and shifting to match this new level of coherence that you feel, right? This new vibration. I hesitate using this word vibration because I feel like we throw it around like so willy-nilly, but it really is. It's the way that our being just is. I don't even want to say show up, because even the idea or the act of showing up kind of means that there's some sort of doing there, right? But it's not about doing, and it's about really coming into this place of, in this moment, I am connected to everything, right? I am connected to you. I am connected to everything around my physical environment. I am connected to the person completely across the world, right? In this moment, I can be grounded. I can be present. I can simultaneously hold a bigger vision of what I want to create, while also being like in the storm of whatever life is whipping up, right? It's not I need to be perfectly calm. I need to have it just so. I need to have it all figured out. I need to like make sure I'm going through life in like just this like specific, methodical, calm, strategic way. It's none of that. It's just like allowing yourself to be in all of it. Okay? But then this really is where it gets super, super simple. And I was reflecting on this idea of gratitude. I guess it's maybe leading up to the Thanksgiving holiday, if you're here in the States, and maybe you're preparing for that as well. And it's such a holiday of gratitude, right? And I don't need to go on a tangent around that. But first of all, of course, we should always be grateful. We shouldn't just have one holiday where we're really like counting our blessings. But really, gratitude is something so much more than waking up and reflecting on what you're grateful for in the morning. That is a great first step. But what I have come to notice is that it's not enough, because what happens is you're like, okay, I can reflect on what I'm grateful for in the morning. But the second you get that email that triggers you, the second you get that text message, the phone call, you go into your office and something has happened, right? It's like we have completely forgotten the gratitude practice. The gratitude practice isn't something that happens at morning or night. The gratitude practice happens in each and every moment, right? When we are just present and we can be grateful for the fact that we get to experience this life. Right. And I know that can be hard, because sometimes it's like, I am not grateful for the, storm of crap that life is throwing me right now. Right. And I know it can feel really hard, but that really is the energy of the practice, right? A gratitude practice. It is practice. It takes work, right? It takes greater levels of trust and connection to the all of everything, right? It takes greater work to sit with, what is life presenting me in this moment? I am so grateful that I am alive to get to experience this. And then, in this energy of the gratitude that I have for life, I see the lesson. I see what I get to see, right? I see what I need. I see where I'm still playing a victim in my own life. I see where I'm still playing small, right? When you can really be present and not be caught up in what happens, right, between maybe your morning gratitude practice and your evening gratitude practice, and you allow life to show you, and you allow yourself to be in that flow and be so freaking grateful, literally just to be alive. That is the gratitude practice. That changes everything. And I love how, Neville Goddard, he always talks about living as a wish fulfilled, right? And it's really, really challenging for many of us to kind of wrap our brains around that, right? Like, how do we live as the person that isn't struggling with money, right? How do we live as the person who has found, their perfect partner after searching for so many years? And again, this kind of goes hand in hand with gratitude, but you're trying to zoom in too closely to understanding the thing that you want to feel, and it's hard for you because maybe you've never felt that before. So you're like, how do I know how that feels? I've never not worried about money. I've never not done X, Y, and Z things. How do I feel that? Okay, so I want you to really zoom out. And this is really like the crux of this conversation. And the more that you can do this and the more that you can practice this, it will shift things for you so insanely quickly. So I want you to simply start romanticizing your life. Okay, and what I mean by this is, how like influencers have so much like influence, right? Why is that, right? Influencers hold so much power around how people spend, again, how they show up on social, etc. Because the highlight reels, it doesn't matter what that means specifically, but they are still a brand showing a very specific type of information, specific to their business, specific to their brand. And it makes you, as the viewer, kind of like get a glimpse of what you think it would feel like to be them. Okay? And that is why, as a society, people are mesmerized, and there is so much power that these influencers hold, and how now so much marketing is done through influencers, yada yada yada. Okay, and again, when you zoom out and you see it, it's like, oh, it's not that I just like want that lipstick. It's like the woman talking about the lipstick, the confidence she appears to have, the radiance she appears to have, maybe her home, maybe her partner, maybe her family life, where she lives, whatever it is, right? It's like we long for a piece of that life because we think that they somehow have it all figured out, that they are somehow living a life that feels better, more fulfilling, happier, more content, easier. Again, you put in whatever adjective is true to you. So the easiest way to do that is start romanticizing your life. Start pretending like you're an influencer. Start like being the influencer of your own life. Does that make sense? So what does that look like? It's like, it doesn't mean that, your house, right? Maybe it doesn't look like what you would see on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can still walk into your kitchen and grab that cup of coffee and, just savor that moment and pretend that it is perfection, because it is. Because it is like the most perfect moment for you right now. It is the present moment, and nothing is more perfect as this moment, right? So savor it. Looking around you and just being, even if you're like, I can't look around and be grateful, can you just feel the connectedness that this present moment always allows, right? Connection to the present moment is always connection to something bigger, right? Something bigger than you, something that is simultaneously outside of you and within you, right? Walk into your living room like it is the most fabulous living room, right, in the entire world. Again, whatever feels true to you. Get ready in the morning. Look in the mirror and love yourself. And even if you can't get there right now, keep practicing, keep connecting, keep showing up, right? Because that state of being that you will create through the real gratitude practice, which is loving your freaking life now, no matter what, being so grateful for whatever life is presenting you with, because it is exactly what is meant to be here in this moment. It just is, or else it wouldn't be happening, right? And then from that, you can take the wisdom and the insights and the awarenesses that you gain, and now you get to choose what you're going to do with that, right? You get to choose to be the co-creator, right? You already are the co-creator, but you just get to choose now from this moment, from this level of awareness, from this increased frequency and resonance and coherence, what you're actually choosing to bring into your life. Okay? And it really gets to be that simple. So stop trying to think, oh, I need to feel this way, or I can't feel this way until things in my life look like X, Y, and Z, until I get the things that I'm trying to manifest. It's never going to work that way. You can hold the vision for what you want, but then just start freaking loving your life now. Again, so much gratitude for whatever is here in this moment. Romanticizing your life now, loving yourself now, right? Because again, going back to the Neville Goddard, live as the wish fulfilled, if you had everything you want, what would be there? It'd be contentedness, right? I think like we're like constantly searching for happiness and searching for fulfillment and searching for all these things. But under all of that is just enoughness. It's just being completely content. And that is available to you right now. You can be content. This doesn't mean you're giving up on your dreams or you're giving up on, whatever it is that you want. But you're just okay with how it is, right? You feel the connection, and that is enough. You are enough. And that is as easy as it gets. So keep practicing this. Again, it is a practice, but once you start to get into the flow of it, and once you start to, again, go through your day and practice just like, oh my gosh, I can be so grateful just to be alive in this moment, just to be connected to, the infinite all of everything. And when you go in and you feel that connection, you really will start to see that that alone is enough. And from that place, again, your energy shifts, everything starts to change. And with that shift, you call in whatever it is you're trying to manifest, or better. And my bet is going to be on better. So sending you so much love, and I'll see you next time.